Does the BlingBoard work with the VIC-20? Yes, but with some caveats. In my last video, I showed you that I had a kit version of the BlingBoard, and I didn't assemble that on camera, but I have put it together since then, and I learned a few things. No matter which version of the BlingBoard you have, the keyboards themselves are identical. The only difference is the control board. The BlingBoard SupaDupa and the basic control board. Both of these boards will work as is with the Commodore 64, but the basic board is a much simpler design, and because the VIC-20 uses a VIA chip instead of a CIA, if you're using a basic board with the VIC-20, it requires some modifications. First off, the keyboard itself is super simple to assemble. You want to install these header pins first because the key switches on the other side will get in the way. Once you have the header pins soldered in here, 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 and here, you snap the keys onto the board and you solder 2 pins for each key. Super simple. On the off chance that you want to use a basic board with a VIC-20, you need to bridge each of these contacts on each key switch. These bridges bypass a diode on the board, and that diode is what's preventing the VIA chip from reading each key directly. With the basic board, because it's a much simpler design, the computer is reading the key switches directly. With the SupaDupa board, this board reads the key switches and passes the data to the computer. The basic control board is a simpler design. It doesn't have the same capabilities as the SupaDupa, so controlling it is a bit different. I'll put a link up here in the corner to the CBM Stuff video that covers all of the different options for controlling the basic board. The basic board is only capable of reading the shift lock key and the restore key. All the other keys are passed directly through to the computer. Start by holding the shift lock key down for a few seconds, and the 1 key will light up to indicate you're in the number 1 menu. Press the shift lock key to cycle through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and back to 1. Option 1 controls the lighting pattern. Option 2 controls the brightness of the lighting pattern. Option 3 controls the speed of the lighting pattern. 4 controls the color of the shift lock key. 5 controls the brightness of the shift lock key. 6 controls the color of the razzle LED. And 7 controls the brightness of the razzle LED. When you've selected the menu item you want, press the restore key. You're in the menu, and now pressing the shift lock will cycle through the different options. So for the lighting patterns, you have solid colors first: red, green, blue, yellow, cyan, magenta, white, and then we're into colored patterns. And eventually cycle back around to no color and then solid colors. When you're done, hold the restore key for a couple of seconds, return to the menu, and then hold the shift key down to save those settings. Option 2 controls the brightness. Restore, cycle through different brightness levels all the way up to the max, and then back down around to 0. Hold restore, hold shift to save. The basic board, as far as I know, has no provision for upgrading the firmware, but there is a firmware update for the BlingBoard SupaDupa and the BlingBox. To update the firmware, I'll do like I did before. Shift lock W to enable Wi-Fi. And connect to the Wi-Fi from my laptop here. flash tells me we're connected to Wi-Fi. And I've got the page loaded. We'll go to the firmware page. And I've already downloaded the firmware onto a USB stick here, because once connected to the Wi-Fi on the BlingBoard, we don't have internet access. Let's select the file. And there is a different firmware file for the BlingBoard 64 SupaDupa versus the BlingBox. So this is the BlingBoard. We'll select that. Open. Update. Reboot the keyboard. That was simple. And refresh the page. We should be on V110. Yep. So what is different? Firmware history. V1.0. My keyboard shipped with V1.01, which had a password added to the Wi-Fi. And 1.1 adds the ability to change the razzle color and other stuff. So now we have shift lock plus 6. That's the shift lock color. 7, brightness 8, razzle 9, brightness. So I hold down shift lock and 6. I get the shift lock color. So let's go. Now it's green. That's the end. That color is white. Red. Green. Everything looks blue through the translucent blue keyboard. And shift lock 7 is the shift lock light brightness. Now on to the BlingBox. Shift lock W. There's the flash. That flash tells me we're connected. Refresh the page. BlingBox. Firmware. V1.01. Select files. We'll do the BlingBox file this time. Open. Confirm I'm still connected. Press update. And reboot the keyboard. Shift lock key is blue now. Shift lock 6. And now it is green. And red. White. No color. One of the things that I wanted to try, I want to look at the keyboard. We're on the V10, and the keyboard type on here is C64 or SX64. But down here, we have our key map presets. And the C64 is one that I wanted to try. So I'm going to set that to the C64. And I'll give it a try on my little C64 Mini, because this one doesn't actually have a keyboard. And I've got the C64 Mini set up, and plug in the keyboard and see what we get. Cursor keys, left, right. Run, stop, restore works. Let's see, Control 1 should give me black. And Control 2 is white. Clear home. Makes it a lot easier than using a PC keyboard, huh? That's it for now. Be sure to check out the CBM Stuff YouTube channel for instructions on kit assembly and usage of the BlingBoard. I'll put links to that channel and to the website for the firmware updates in the description below. Thanks for watching.